ambulance.
Listen.
That quick moving that was going on the other side of the vehicle. Oh my God. He's completely alive.
I don't think we're supposed to see that. Tonight, I'm back in the darkest parts of TikTok that will change your reality. And everybody will warn you not to go here, but you know me. I'm going here and you're coming with me. Yes, you. Don't get scared now. You know what you signed up for. You clicked on the video, so don't run now. And make sure you watch till the end of the video because the mainstream will never show you these dark secrets. And don't watch alone because this is going to get terrifying. What's even scarier than the TikToks we're about to watch today is the fact that 60% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel. So make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe for more scary videos. Thank you. You know, for the sake of us going to sleep tonight and our sanity, let's just say this one is AI. I'm not too sure if it is, but you know, if we're on the same page, we're all trying to get some sleep after this video.
Look, Diddy, that's how you tried to make me. Look at the doc now.
Diddy threatened 50 Cent from his prison cell by sending him flowers, and everyone knows exactly what that means. Except that 24 hours after Diddy sent that warning, 50 Cent had already lined up 3 stunning moves that were going to cost Diddy dearly. 2 days ago, the moment 50 Cent received the bouquet, he posted it online and fired back immediately.
This is supposed to scare me. I was a savage in the streets in the 90s. This isn't going to intimidate me.
I think Diddy forgot who 50 Cent really was. He even liked and shared a fan's comment saying the bouquet looked like something meant for a man already dead. The next day, 50 Cent went straight to Club 11 Miami, one of the places Diddy frequented the most. But above all, because that's the spot where Diddy wanted to take 50 Cent shopping to trap him. He even said it in that clip.
Then the Puff was like, yeah, like first he was amping him to get stout. Then he was like, yo, he's like, yo, so yo, when we gonna get the chance to, you know, to kick it, like we can just hang out, nigga. We gotta kick it. This is Puff. Okay. He telling me we gotta kick it and shit. And he was like, yo, why don't we like go shopping or some shit? I mean, like I pay for it. And I was like, what the fuck this just say?
And the smartest move 50 Cent made after releasing his documentary was agreeing to an interview with ABC News, because it's one of the only channels you can watch in prison. He knew exactly what he was doing to show his victory over Diddy. He even smiled calmly at the camera. After all, 50 Cent survived 9 bullets. How could he possibly be afraid of Diddy? Not to mention, he still holds full files on Diddy, and he's ready to defend himself if Diddy fires back.
You know, if a man sends you funeral flowers, there is no holding back anymore. I'm sorry, but you know, it's all war now. And that just makes me feel like he's even more guilty, because why would you do such a thing if you were not guilty?
Welcome to 2025, where now country concerts are demonic. This is the Zac Brown Band. I've never heard of them, but they recently just played at the Sphere. Now, I don't know if this is some type of initiation to go mainstream or even to play at the Sphere, but people said they literally felt like they were getting dragged through the gates of hell. This concert starts off with a little boy inside of a red door in his bed. I'm not sure who this is supposed to resemble, maybe the lead singer or something. After this, they take you through a jungle or woods with portals everywhere. And then after that, you see the boy in front of the red door, but now it's on fire. And this literally looks like the door to hell, because after this, it starts to get really dark. You see this really big skeleton, and there's flames around him in this big kingdom, and he's wearing this crown. And then eventually you're gonna see that the lead singer is wearing that same crown, and then things start getting a little crazy. Just notice at the very end, you start to see the fallen angel. I'm not sure if this is supposed to represent Lucifer himself, but there's a lot of symbolism here, and you can watch it back and see what you can pick out. But I've never seen a country concert be this demonic in my entire life.
You know, last time I checked, country music was about, you know, a nice little cold beer on a summer day, you know, sitting in somebody's truck, you know, with some girl or something, I don't know. Not going through the portal of hell. So, you know, I think it's time to wrap it up.
What's that? Oh, a former Bush official came out saying that they built an underground city secretly for $21 trillion. Okay. Yeah, her name is Catherine Austin Fitts. Now, she says that it's not just your regular tunnel with a bunch of concrete and it's just kind of plain Jane. No, she said this is a luxury city built under the United States. Okay. She said that these cities even go out under the ocean. Okay. She said that this was built specifically for the rich in case there was an extinction event for humankind. Which leads us to believe that they know something that we don't. She stated that the transportation down there is way more advanced than the transportation we have up here. Oh boy. She said that it has everything we have up here, but it's way nicer, and they even have schools, hospitals, and jails. Oh boy.
This guy hacked into an entire group of PDFs.
As soon as I got the information, I thought it was a slam dunk. I thought like these people were going to jail. You know, I thought that maybe I solved something that the FBI or somebody was, working on for a long time. And I instantly went to the exploited children tip line, and I submitted, saying who the owner of the website was, that I had access to all the data, and that they were welcome to have it, basically.
Oh, but it gets even worse.
Conversations with the reporters, they knew what they were getting themselves into. They were very excited about reporting on it. And once it got back from legal, they weren't allowed to report on it. And
oh, but it gets even worse.
They would call it cheese pizza and use all kinds of different phrases for it.
I guess it's just one giant coincidence that we've heard celebrities say the same type of stuff, right guys? I guess it's also just one giant coincidence that he tried to take this story to news stations, etc., but somebody behind the curtain made sure that never happened.
Normal looking photos that have a disturbing backstory, part 1. This photo shows the Russian ambassador to Turkey, Andrei Karlov, who's doing a conference at an art gallery. The man standing behind him is about to assassinate him. This photo was found on the camera of 2 vacationers who were swept away by the 2004 tsunami, which claimed the lives of over 240,000 people. The man who took the photograph of this bear is Darsh Patel, a 22-year-old who went hiking with some friends. Shortly after taking it, he was killed by the same bear. This picture was taken by the crew of a ship who saw this 11-year-old girl floating on a disintegrating float. Her whole family was murdered on a sailboat by the hired captain who left her to drown on the sinking boat. She drifted for 4 days with no food, no water, and sunlight beating on her skin. When the captain heard she survived, he killed himself.
What they did on Epstein's Island might be way worse than previously thought, especially Bill Clinton, who was named more than 50 times in a slew of new documents that are set to be unsealed. It is estimated that 187 of the world's wealthiest and most powerful people will be identified by the court, but what is a little concerning is that 3 names were still purposely left out of even these documents. The reasoning behind this was that because these 3 people were still minors when these events took place. Now, Bill Clinton was already known to have visited the island multiple times, but past court documents have censored out his name, so no one really knows what he did on that island. And this is true for all the other people, such as Bill Gates, Stephen Hawking, and Prince Andrews. This is because previous court documents went into pretty extensive detail about the horrible actions that took place on Epstein's Island and his jet, but the people that were doing the actions were almost always referred to as John Doe. These documents set to be released will act as an identifier, telling us what real name each John Doe was referring to.
Morbid Facts, Part 787. On June 18, 2011, Amy Winehouse took the stage in Belgrade for what would become her final major performance and one of the most painful nights of her career. She stumbled through songs, slurred her words, and forgot entire lyrics as the crowd began to boo. Serbian media called it a national embarrassment, and even government officials described the show as a disgrace. Within days, the rest of her European tour was cancelled so she could recover, but she never did. Just over a month later, on July 23, 2011, Amy was found dead in her London home from alcohol poisoning at the young age of 27. Elsa Koch, wife of Buchenwald commandant Karl Otto Koch, became infamous for her sadism towards prisoners during the Holocaust. Survivors claimed she ordered beatings, stole from inmates, and selected those with distinctive tattoos to be killed so their skin could be turned into lampshades, book covers, and gloves. Nicknamed the Bitch of Buchenwald, she was convicted of war crimes, sentenced to life in prison, and died of suicide in 1967. Her name forever tied to some of the most grotesque. Morbid Facts, Part 363. While serving a life sentence for murder, Rocky Beeman brutally murdered a fellow inmate who was serving a life sentence for essaying a 10-year-old girl. But despite this, Beeman was later given a child rapist as his cellmate, who he proceeded to brutally murder as well. He said he resented sex offenders and that killing them gave him, quote, the best feeling I've had in a long time. He also said the only way to stop him from killing them was to execute him. Beeman was eventually sentenced to death, but took his own life while on death row in 2020. Grady Stiles Jr. was born in 1937 with a rare genetic condition known as ectrodactyly, which gave him claw-like hands and feet. He became a circus performer under the name Lobster Boy, but was known to be a viciously abusive alcoholic in person. In 1978, he was convicted of murdering his daughter's fiancé on the day before their wedding. He openly confessed to the murder but wasn't sent to prison since no state institution had the resources for an inmate with his condition. Styles continued to perform until 1992 when he was murdered by a hitman hired by his wife and son.
Florida just reported that 14 people just caught the Legionnaire's disease, and officials think this came from the gym, from their water system. Not the treadmills, not no weightlifting machines, not no dumbbells. They said the water system, either the shower water or the water fountain. And if you're drinking from the water fountain in 2025, maybe you do deserve that. I'm just playing, nobody deserve that, but stop drinking from water fountains. They said this bacteria grows in warm, dirty, and unclean water systems. So that means that water system was filthy. What makes it crazy is you don't necessarily have to drink the water to catch it. You could just be breathing up the steam and catch that shit. Legionnaire's disease is really just like a severe pneumonia. And it hit people with asthma, the people that get their lungs higher than a kite, and the people that just got bad lungs overall the hardest. It's just crazy to me, y'all. Imagine you going to the gym to go get healthy, go work out. And instead of you getting healthy, you get unhealthy because you breathed in something you couldn't even see. So as of right now, they said they got some officials in there checking the HVAC and checking all the other little spots where this Legionnaire disease can be. And they're also contacting people because if 14 people got it at that gym, maybe more people have.
You know, I think we're at the point in life where it's honestly common sense to not drink water from the gym. And I would say I'm surprised, but literally like a month ago when I was at the gym, I walked into the bathroom and there was a dude literally rinsing his mouth in the sink. Like that is like, it's honestly just natural selection, bro. Like I don't even feel bad because why would you ever think that's a good idea?
Do you know anyone in the Illuminati?
No.
Are you in the Illuminati?
No.
Are you a part of the Illuminati?
No? Are you in the Illuminati? You're a very angry person.
Are you a part of the Illuminati? Yes. No, I'm not. Did that come up as a lie when I said yes?
Yes, that's true.
Oh, see? That means I'm not.
As fellow Disney stars, are you all in a secret Illuminati-like club?
No.
Is it because you can't tell me if you are?
No.
Is that true, Sam?
Inconclusive.
Are you part of the Illuminati?
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Is that really the truth?
No.
Is the Illuminati real?
I think they are.
Do you know?
No, I don't know anyone in there.
Does she know?
She's telling the truth.
And don't you even think that that's because I'm a part of it. Because I know some of you are going to do that nonsense, okay?
So Cenat is Diddy's son. Because at this point, that's what everybody is saying. Every chance they get. So they had the Streamer Awards tonight, and the person who was hosting it decided it would be funny to say that Kai was on a 50 Cent documentary about P. Diddy. This broad really said, that was you on the show, right? And not only that, she tried to play with his Streamer University too, saying it was the most uneducated university ever. Look at this shit.
Haircut and the least educational university. So congratulations to you. Oh, and also, congrats on your new documentary with 50 Cent. That was you, right?
So on a bigger stage, she decided to make those comments, knowing everybody is watching it and knowing how everybody feel about the Kai and Diddy shit. He better than me because I would have been like, Hope, let me see that mic real quick. I'd have definitely told her about herself, and I don't even know who Shorty is. But he ain't tripping too much because you see he racked up his awards. But I don't know, y'all. At this point, this man might as well go get a DNA test or show your real pop.
I'm sorry, what? The head of Harvard's hospital's morgue pleads guilty to selling human body parts. Cedric Lodge, 57, admitted to selling human remains from 2018 to 2020, making tens of thousands of dollars selling organs and body parts across multiple states. People would donate cadavers for the science units at Harvard for research and also medical students to practice surgeries on. And after they were done doing that, Lodge would then take those bodies, dissect them, and sell off the different parts on the black market. He did this with his wife, Denise, who also pleaded guilty, and Lodge is facing up to 10 years in prison. They were selling hands, dissected heads, all sorts of body parts, including faces. I think people need to look more into that because we've seen a whole lot of different faces lately. Harvard said that this was a huge betrayal, but you have to wonder how nobody noticed that this was happening. As always, let me know what you think about all of this down below. The breakup between Elon Musk and President Trump is...
See, the worst part isn't even that they're selling it. The question is, who is buying this and why? Like, who just wakes up and is like, yeah, I'm trying to go buy somebody's face? Like, obviously it's much deeper than that, but like, what is wrong with these people? Like, why is there such a heavy market for this? And people just say everything's such a conspiracy theory. Like, no, it's not. There's literally an active market for this, clearly.
AI is starting to gaslight people now.
How?
It's so funny. So I see this video of so some person was studying and then she was using AI to like make notes while she was studying. So she asked AI questions and stuff like that. And when AI was answering the question, he goes, "Oh yeah," and and then it coughed.
Oh.
It fully coughed and then continued the sentence. And then she was like, "Wait, excuse me, did I just hear you cough?" And it's like, "No, I didn't cough. Like, what are you hearing?" You want to hear?
Wait, why? Why did the AI cough?
I don't know. That's the thing.
It's trying to be more human?
Yes. Look.
It sounds like you.
He said, whoa, hold on.
Hold on.
Looks like we have a question again. What's up, man?
Since when could you cough?
That's an interesting observation. As an AI, I don't actually have the ability
Oh my god, it's gaslighting me.
Yo, what the hell? That's a lie then.
So the Roblox CEO wants to put a dating partner in their game. And I know a lot of you adults don't know what Roblox is unless you pay for Robux for your kid. Roblox is a game for kids.
There's something really dark happening on Roblox, and no one really understands how deep it goes. Since speaking about this, I've had adults messaging me in my comments because they didn't even know that Roblox was a kid's game, and that alone should scare you. Also, anyone can become a developer on the game, and these developers are allowed to build entire worlds within it that loops with no ending, so your child is literally stuck in that loop, playing constantly with no break. Also, dotted around the strange symbolism which they pick up on. There are even rumours of them testing a dating feature within the app. Look at all this. Why would that feature even exist in a kid's game? Think about that. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below.
There's a theory that reality isn't one timeline at all. It's multiple timelines stacked on top of each other, and sometimes they slip. People say that every strange thing you've ever experienced, deja vu, forgotten memories, a moment that felt out of place, isn't random. It's because you accidentally stepped into a different layer of reality. Imagine time like pages in a book. You think you're living on one page, but you're actually brushing against thousands. That's why sometimes you walk into a room and feel like something's wrong. The air is heavier, the colors feel off, you can't explain it, but nothing feels familiar anymore. That's not anxiety. That's you slipping into a timeline where one tiny detail is different. And here's the creepy part. When the layers overlap, people report seeing things that don't belong. Objects they've never owned, strangers they've somehow recognized, or versions of themselves that feel slightly wrong. It means two timelines touched for a moment, and you ended up in one where you weren't supposed to be. So if the world ever feels off for no reason at all, you didn't just imagine it, you just fell through a page. Stay weird.
Diddy's ex-wife, Kim Porter, you know her?
No.
So Diddy had an ex-wife and she divorced him because she found out what was happening at all of these parties and she was able to get some footage.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
It leaked?
and she was gonna blackmail him. She was gonna blackmail Diddy, right? Diddy did not let her leave him unless she blackmailed him. Like, the only way she was gonna get out of the relationship, because he was so adamant on keeping her around, she had to blackmail him for him to let her go. Kim Porter was able to get away with it because she had all those records and all those recordings, all the footage.
Yeah.
But every single man she dated after Diddy died.
Oh, there's like a cycle?
And died of what?
Oh, pneumonia?
They all died of pneumonia.
Oh my god.
She also died.
Wait, what?
Of?
Pneumonia?
Yeah.
I mean, pneumonia can't spread though. If like all her ex-husbands, like they...
Now you're telling me in a span of like 5 different years.
Oh, okay, never mind. I thought it was like ex after ex, like
bro.
in a year, fam.
Nah, bro. So
They just make it so obvious at this point. 5 people getting taken out by the same thing within a 5-year span that are all correlated in the same situation. It's not a coincidence.
Mark Zuckerberg was spotted with part of his disguise missing on a secluded beach in the United States, a place where no one was supposed to see him. He was staying on a deserted island when he decided to remove one of the layers of his mask to go swimming, not knowing that a paparazzi was secretly watching. But just before exposing what was underneath, he suddenly turned his head as if he sensed the intruder without seeing him. Look closely at this man, nothing about him seems human. His expression, his movements, it's like there's no soul behind the eyes. Footage shows Zuckerberg trying to drink water like a normal person, but failing, almost mechanically. He even burps at the wrong moment, a small detail, but enough to reveal the glitch. And then comes the part people can't ignore. There appears to be another face, beneath a thin latex layer, a reptilian shape struggling to stay hidden. Watch how he moves, stiff, controlled, cautious. Like someone fighting against a body that isn't truly theirs. Believe that the man controlling the biggest social networks on the planet wouldn't be one of them. They wouldn't miss the chance to hold the entire world in the palms of their reptilian hands. The images are here. The signs are here, and now it's your turn to decide what you're really seeing. What do you think about this video? Write it in the comments, and don't forget to follow me, or we will never see each other again.
Everything's normal over here. Like, bro, what is wrong with you? How is it that hard to drink some water? It's really not. Like, bro, back to my day, you know what I'm saying? Like, yummy. Just a human drinking water, right? Like,
it's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, damn, pause, but like, check out. Back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the frosted flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. Real. We used to actually wrestle off of the frosted flakes because he used to always get a. Now he's one of the richest stars in the world. And
yo, what the fuck did Puff just say? Y'all seen this right here? Anne Haitian, Ellen DeGeneres?
Ambulance.
Listen.
That's some sort of sign, but yes. So basically the activity that we were looking for, that anxious or that quick moving, that was going on the other side of the vehicle. Oh my gosh. He's completely alive.
What the hell? Yes, she's alive. Yeah. Look right here. So the guy talking was on the news. Oh yeah, she was burned and all beyond all recognition. No, she wasn't. It just so happens she was working on this documentary called Girl in Room 13 when she passed away. And you'll never believe what it was exposing, dude. Yep, that right there. Trafficking. Holy smokes. Imagine that.
I lunch at the Four Seasons and I was greeted by 5 suits. Ellen was sitting in a chair and I said, as far as I remember, I didn't invite anybody else to lunch today. And they said, we know that you want to take Ellen to the premiere, and we're here to tell you that you will be fired from your $10 million picture deal if you do it. And then Ellen looked at me. I was sitting on the orange chair, she's little Four Seasons chair, and she said, do what they say. You don't know what you're up against. We've only known each other for a couple of days.
One more thing. Check out her little grave, dude. Look right there. One eye is showing, and it's a monarch butterfly. We know the significance with that, okay? That's got to do with like the mind control and all that stuff they say allegedly, right? But why is it that every time seems to be every time, these celebs are working on stories or whatever, or we hear about it, you know what I mean? We hear, oh, they were doing this documentary. It's always, well, they were working on a documentary to expose a bunch of stuff, and now they're not here anymore. Like, what are the odds that that's just happening? And the way she was covered up in that little blanket or body bag thing and broke out of it, they were just like, pfft. It was like, a lot of people were saying those weren't real firefighters. I don't know for sure. I'm just saying what I heard, okay? Don't get all mad. I'm just saying. But anyways, y'all let me know what you think about this one right here in the comments, because I got a feeling things are probably gonna get pretty wild pretty soon. Y'all have a good day.
Yo, and there's still gonna be someone out there that believes the news. Bro was jumping out of the gurney like, no, I'm still alive. And they're like, nope, she's gone. No, she's not. And why is the fire department bringing her in the ambulance? That is not normal. And they were trying to cover something up. And, you know, clearly it worked because everyone was like, oh, no, they would never do that. Yes, they would, bro.
Oh, you thought Diddy was bad? Well, he is. But you want to meet someone who's arguably worse? Vince McMahon. See, Vince McMahon had a problem. He's currently under federal investigation for misconduct with many women. For those of you that don't know, Vince McMahon is the former owner of the WWE, wrestling stuff. Anyway, you want to hear something wild? Wrestling fans have always known he was an evil psychopath. Why? Because listen closely. He played a character in his own wrestling show so twisted and insane, it became harder and harder for people to think he's acting. For instance, the storyline that involved his daughter. Whatever you think I'm about to say, it's worse. His daughter's a character on the show as well. She plays his daughter. In fact, his whole family plays themselves. They go through many inappropriate things, like at one point, her daughter and her son start palming her mom in front of millions of people, but I think the son just held the mom so she couldn't run away. And anyway, here's where things start to get wicked. In a wrestling promo video, his daughter says, I've only said no to my father for 2 things. And one of them was he could not be the father of my child in the show. Focus, we not finished. Look at the time. She was married to a wrestler named Triple H in real life. They were having a kid. After they told her dad, Vince McMahon, no, we're not participating in that story, Vince McMahon then asked, what if it's your brother? Her brother and her husband said, no, Vince. Well, actually,
Alright, y'all, so Balenciaga. Yesterday I did a video about short-lived conspiracies. Conspiracies that seem to take over the whole internet and then all of a sudden they just disappear. And to me, Balenciaga was one of them. It actually happened 2 times with them. They had teddy bears dressed like they were going to a Berlin warehouse dungeon, and the teddy bears in this campaign were being held by kids. The internet collectively screamed, who approved this? And Balenciaga acted shocked like they just discovered the photos at the same time the rest of us did. And then people were boycotting and burning shoes and cutting up bags. And then shortly after that, they dropped another campaign featuring a desk with scattered papers, and on that desk was a Supreme Court ruling. And that case happens to be the United States versus Williams 2008, which is a case dealing with CP. And you feel like you should have some kind of PR firm looking over things after the last scandal. And this was just the start of the things in these photos. People were finding all kind of things hidden inside of it. Art books that lead back to very sinister stuff. That's the nicest way I can say what was inside these art books. The high fashion world is already extremely creepy to me anyways, but you had all these major celebrities and influencers who had brand deals with this company, and all of them all at the same time came out and said, I cannot in good conscience support this brand anymore. You know, and then those same people who said I stand with the children in all caps were now clapping and sipping champagne under a 30-foot LED runway. Because stuff like this can let you know that money can buy away your morals apparently. But this kind of stuff has had me thinking. I'm going to do a whole series about short-lived conspiracies. Because if there's one thing that I've learned is that scandals don't really end, they just wait for the next product to drop. But y'all should really dive down this rabbit hole. These folks operate in a world we're never going to step our foot into, and every time we get a peek inside it just looks a little darker.
Y'all, what in the hell is this? I said hell because it looked like something from hell. Look closely, y'all. It looked like bodies on it, right? This joint looked like something straight out of Stranger Things. And this is in California, y'all. California, in the desert. This looked like the gateway to hell. I think they say this is in Joshua Tree in California. Correct me if I'm wrong. But this is a place I wouldn't want to be. I wouldn't want to be nowhere near this junk right here. I rebuke. Now, people that's around that area said they don't know when or how that got there. So my question is, do anybody know when and how that got there? And if an artist took his time to make this and build it over here and install it, you're weird.
What's that? Oh, a group of people that were testing new AI glasses went to a nearby zoo in San Diego, and what they saw completely freaked them out. Tell me more. Yeah, this group of researchers were testing out these AI glasses to just verify that they're working properly, that they can identify animals, give you information about them, things like that. This is where it gets a little bit eerie, because when they looked at these animals, such as they were looking at a tiger, it did not look like a tiger. It looked, what they said, like some sort of weird demonic creature. And then they were asked the AI, what am I looking at? And it identified it as a scary demonic creature. Okay. The AI responded, this does not look like anything from Earth and looks like something from the spiritual realm, which you are now looking at. I love that. But the way that this creature was looking at them freaked them out, and it started to move slowly closer to them. So they left the zoo in a hurry. Oh, goody.
Yeah, nah, if I put on some AI glasses and it tells me I'm looking at a bunch of demons, I'm just gonna go back inside, because I've already had enough for today. You know, I just came here to see some animals. You know, I'm trying to see some demons. Like, I'm good. I'm really good.
What's that? Oh, a follower sent me over a story about how she's never going to use Alexa again because of how freaked out she got. Tell me more! Yeah, she said she was living on a second floor apartment at the time, and her Alexa starts to whisper to her at about 3 a.m. And she couldn't quite make out what it was saying until she said, Alexa, stop. At which point Alexa whispered back, he's here now. She said she got instant chills at this moment, so she unplugged Alexa and threw it in the door immediately. Again, the next night, she gets a knock at the door about 3 in the morning. It's 3 soft taps on the door, nothing crazy. She goes and looks through the peephole, sees nobody, but her light's flickering out there. Oh, fun. She decides to check her Ring camera, and at about the same time at 3 in the morning, it does have motion. She doesn't see anybody, but hears breathing in the camera. Oh, fun! She moves out of there a week later to reset. New town, new place, new everything. And several months have gone by at this point, and everything was smooth. Until one eerie night when her Alexa turns on and says, he found you, in a whisper. Oh, goody.
Why is nobody talking about what the sphere looked like on the outside? On the inside, quite demonic. It's like you're trapped in hell. Every single one of these chains is built by a singular demon, which means everybody in this crowd is surrounded by millions of demons. I wonder how many legions are here. They are putting the truth right in front of your eyes, and people aren't even paying attention. This is what people were walking into. This looks like the firmament shattering. Where's Hillary Clinton when you need her?
We put a lot of cracks in the highest, hardest glass ceiling.
I could only imagine what we'd be letting in if she was speaking literally. Anyways, what happens next I find quite interesting. The firmament breaks, it shatters, the doors of hell open, and what enters in? The fallen angels. We see a lot of the symbolism happening with hip-hop, R&B, rap, metal, rock, but not much country, but maybe that's what we get for integrating them into country, if you get what I'm saying. This concert at the Sphere had tons of demonic symbolism in it, and in fact there were times where I literally felt like I was in an episode of Stranger Things. This part specifically being the main one. If you can find this video of the Sphere online, you guys go watch it and come back to my comment section and you tell me what you think that it's symbolizing. Stay tuned for part 2.
I mean, this is like as obvious as it gets. Okay, so you're in a giant ball at a country concert. They're walking you through the gates of hell, and you know, the country singer is wearing a demonic outfit, but it's just country music, right? Like, you know, open up a nice cold beer in the back of my truck, you know what I'm saying? Like, no.
Nobody knew I was gonna gag on that mic. It just happens. Nobody gonna tell me nothing about no Ray. Ray J was looking at me with his camera like this. I was like, look here, check this out, bro. I'm going in. You gonna get the fucking camera out of my face. You ain't getting paid to have your camera, huh?
We need a new microphone.
Yeah, yeah, you alright, bro. It's not that sloppy. It's not that
You
sloppy.
put a man's microphone in your mouth.
It's not that sloppy. It's not that sloppy. It's not that sloppy. Shout out to Puff. Shout out to Puff. Shout out to Puff. Can't stop. Won't stop. Yes, it Sam? Yeah.
See, why do something sus like that and then say shout out Puff?
Because, bro, y'all playing with him, man. Y'all playing.
I'm not. I'm asking questions.
It's fucking hilarious. That's why.
It's fucking hilarious, bro. That's why, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Thank you guys for watching the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your favorite part of the video made you tremble in your boots. And we're going to be on to the next one. Thank you.